The Story Mechanics presents a digital adaptation. I have no idea where this is gonna go. Oh boy. Oh boy. Hello friends, I'm your host, MagicManMo. Today, I'm hoping it'll get to the title screen soon. John Buchan's espionage thriller. John, I don't know if it's Buchan or Buchan. I've never had to say his name before. Directed by Simon Meek. Ooh. Art by Paul Scott Canavan. Apparently we're going to go through the entire credits before we get to the title screen, because this game apparently wants to be a movie. This is the 39 Steps. In fact, the inspiration to what would become Ian Fleming's James Bond. If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure that's how they spin the story. I'm pretty sure that's what they claim. The author of the 39 Steps itself was originally a novel, I guess, a thriller novel, and it's been adapted into, I think they made a movie of it as well, but this is the game. Now, I've heard this game described to me as basically being a movie, not much of a game, but we'll see how true that is and how true it's not. Starring Nick Underwood, Benny Young, Ian Hanmore, I couldn't read it fast enough, it's gone in the blink of an eye, Crawford Logan, Christopher Donald, that's two first names, but yes, the 39 Steps. So it's a thriller mystery type scenario. I don't know if it has anything to do with spies, something like a la James Bond. I've never read the 39 Steps. I've never seen the 39 Steps. I've never played the 39 Steps. But this is a game that a while back on a MagicManMo Monday show, I gave you guys a glimpse into my Steam library. And one of the games in it was the 39 Steps, and one of you, Red X Gamer, I see you, was curious to know more about the 39 Steps and wondered if I would in fact play it. And so here we are, booting it up. Oh, is this it? Are we gonna go in? Are we going into the game now? I think we are. Oh, look at this! Look at this player name! Empty1 that's not gonna do. That's not gonna do for a player name at all. I think it's gotta be MagicMan. It's gotta be capital M. All the M's have gotta be capital. MagicManMo. Excellent. I don't think I want to click on empty 2 or 3. I guess this is the 3 different slots. I can hit the continue button over here. Playtime. A whopping 2 minutes of watching the credit sequence roll by. If you believe that. 0 of 19 events. 0 of 25 cards. 0 of 16 awards. I'm not going to say I'm going for 100% completion. We will try to do as much as we can. Don't get me wrong. But I will be quite happy to just play the game and enjoy it for what it is. Rotate your mouse clockwise to advance the text. Ooh, I can do that. Ooh, I did. Oh, anti-clockwise makes you go back. Oh, interesting. Oh, that is the weirdest thing, especially since my mouse, I've got 2 screens. My mouse is going over into my second screen, so that's a little disconcerting. When you reach the end of a string of text, you will see a diamond. Simply left-click anywhere to advance the scene and moving the story forward. I can do that. Ooh, I've left-clicked. I'm sorry, I feel like I've got to be like quiet and mysterious because that's the sort of ambience I'm getting so far. The 39 Steps is largely a pointer-free experience. I'm trying to rotate, there we go. But when you see one, that's your cue to interact. Ooh, okay. When I see a pointer, oh, like right now. Oh, I've got a pointer. Apartment, let's go into the apartment. I think this is supposed to be a click and point interactive adventure type thing. We'll see to what extent that means. Some locations can be explored. Excuse me, backwards. When in explore mode, you can click and drag the mouse to look around. The whole like rotating your mouse thing, I don't know if it's just because of the 2 screens that I'm using, but it's weird. It doesn't feel like it works. You can also interact with glowing objects. Oh, okay, good. Oh, I've got my mouse again, so is this thing glowing? Ooh, I think it is. Click image to zoom, drag or arrow keys to move. Drag or arrow keys to move. I see. Click. Dear Mr. Hannay, welcome to England. I hope your journey from Rhodesia was not too arduous. Would you like to come into the bank and we can discuss matters regarding your Rhodesian mining shares? If you could please make an appointment with my clerk, Mr. Scalp? Mr. Scalp, on Temple 6733. Yours sincerely, Mr. Edward Ainsley, manager, Bennings Bank. Do I need to remember any of this? Am I gonna have to like take notes? I hope not. This says show text in case I can't read that. I guess I will go back. Oh, excellent. Can I read my books? London apartment is where I am, is what it says. Can I click on this photograph? Look at this photograph. Every time I do, it makes me laugh. Ooh. Can I reach for the, what is this, milk? I want this carton of milk over here. I don't see anything else to click on or do. Okay, so it's super weird. So if I click and drag left, it brings me left, and if I click and drag right, it brings me right, and that's so weird because I'm used to it being opposite. I'm used to like if you drag to the right, you move to the left. So this is gonna be the weirdest experience for me. I think that's all I can do here. I'm gonna leave my London apartment behind. Awarded the graduate. I have graduated. Oh, I've missed my text up above. Congratulations, you made it through our short tutorial and have been given an award for your efforts. There are 15 more of these to collect. Okay, can I go up, please? I'm going counterclockwise as hard as I can. You will shortly begin your journey through the 39 steps. All progress will be auto-saved, but you can also use bookmarks to manage your progress and revisit key scenes. Right-click or hit spacebar to return to the main menu screen during play. This also acts as pause. Oh god, why did my screen close? It minimized. Please come back. Thank you. Don't you ever leave me again, baby. How do I move on? What the, why is the, oh god, oh no, I just, oh, because my mouse was on my left screen. Oh, this is a disaster. Oh, this is oh god, this is an unmitigated disaster. I have, no, I didn't want that. I've lost all my tabs. Everything is lost to me. You can see my private information. Don't worry, I'm gonna censor all of this out. Well, this is extremely annoying. Game, every time I click off my you aren't locking my mouse to the window, so every time I click, okay, here we go. Oh, new event, the wrong ditch. This has been a disaster. Select the first event to begin. Okay, I'm gonna be very careful about what I do with my mouse because I just closed a bunch of tabs I didn't want closed. I'm not gonna be able to open them up ever again. It's never gonna happen. The wrong ditch. Richard Hannay is living in London, England. He yearns for a more interesting life. Oh, don't we all? Oh, Mr. Hannay, don't we all? I wanna play this scene. The wrong ditch. I don't know what that means. Maybe we were driving on the wrong side of the road and slid our automobile into the wrong ditch. Monday, the 18th of May, 1914, London, England. Oh, it's a rainy day in England. I've been told that is a common occurrence. Ah, yes, the British flag. I see you back there. Hail the Queen and whatnot. Cheerio. I don't know anything about England. I returned from the city on that May afternoon pretty well disgusted with life. Life disgusts me. Do I need to rotate? Can I click? Well, what's the situation? I had been 3 months in the old country and was fed up with it. What's the old country? England? Where am I? Where do I come from? Where do I hail? From whence do I hail? Do I need to rotate my mouse? No, okay. I was gonna say. I know I took a tutorial, but I still don't know what I'm doing. Hello. Greetings, chair. Hi, chair.
Hannay,
got
into the wrong
voice
ditch,
acting,
my friend, and you had better climb out.
Oh, is Hannay talking to himself? Was that Hannay? Are we ghosts? I think we're ghosts. Richard Hannay, the present, the child, the carer, teenager, the soldier, working man. Do I click on what? I'm gonna click on the present. Ooh, information. A lot of imperialist ladies asked me to tea to meet schoolmasters from the New Zealand and editors from New Zealand, not from the New Zealand, excuse me, from New Zealand and editors from Vancouver, and that was the most dismal business of all. I had no real pal to go about with, which probably explains things. Plenty of people invited me to their houses, but they didn't seem much interested in me. I had counted on stopping in London for the rest of my days, but from the first I was disappointed with it. I was the best bored man in England. Well, that's a bummer. How about the child? Who is the child? My father had brought me out from Scotland to South Africa at age of 6, and I had never been home since. I grew up in the Cape Colony, which was then under British rule. Do I need to rotate? No, okay. Let's hit the old done button. So I guess we're from Scotland / Africa / now we're in England. The Carer. My final years in Africa were in the municipality of Bulawayo, where I had fought during the Matabele War. I resided once again with my father, who had taken ill. After he died, I decided to leave the Cape and head back to the old country. See, when you say old country, do you mean Scotland? Because we're in England right now. Why are we in England if I'm from Scotland? I mean, maybe I'm stupid, but those are two different places, correct? Richard Hannay. I spent much of my time by the Zambezi, where I would fish. There are several hundred species in its waters, including the infamous tigerfish and Zambezi shark. The wide open spaces of the veld also interested me greatly, and the various methods of survival in such an uncompromising landscape. Okay. The Soldier. I served the British forces during the Matabele conflict and was decorated for my role. I served 2 years with the Imperial Light Horse and was an intelligence officer at Delagoa Bay in the Second Boer War. I lost many friends during those wars. So we're getting the entire, like, our sort of backstory. I'm kind of going in a weird... I went to the present, then I went to myself as a child. Then I went to myself as I don't know what that means. A teenager, a soldier, and now the working man. Awarded the past on Earth. Ooh. I had earned my pile. Not one of the big ones, but good enough for me. I had put in 3 years prospecting for copper in German Demariland and spoke the German tongue pretty fluently. I went on to become a mining engineer in Kimberley, where I was instrumental to the formation of De Beers, Consolidated Mines. The diamond mines were a rough business with countless good men lost in horrific accidents. All right, am I done here? Cool. I know things about Hannay now. Ooh. Here was I, 37 years old, sound in wind and limb, with enough money to have a good time, yawning my head off all day. Oh God. Oh, collected Richard Hannay. I've collected him. I don't know how I did that. I had a long drink and read the evening papers. I am spinning. I am trying. Oh, I went too far. Can I go back? Can I go back to? Can I? What? Oh, game. Oh, I don't like this. Why would you make someone rotate? Ah, there we go. Why would you make someone rotate their mouse to move text and then not lock the mouse to the screen of the game? This is the crate. They were full of what? They were full of the row in the Near East, and there was an article about Carolides, the Greek premier. Okay, I'm gonna try to, no, not that way. The other way, up, clockwise. I thought clockwise went down, now it's going up. These controls are stupid. From all accounts, he seemed the one big man in the show, and he played a straight game too, which is more than could be said for most of them. Oh my God. Oh, this is too much, man. This is too much. I hear like dining music, like people clinking table, like plates and silverware. But is this my apartment, or is this this isn't a restaurant, is it? I'm a little confused. Someone had loaded the cylinder player. I felt a deep nostalgia for my homeland of Scotland as Annie Laree filled the room. I have no idea where we are, or what's going on, or if there's other people in this room. I don't know. There's music playing. Oh, okay, I'm in. Can I click on these newspapers? Collected newspapers. The Observer. I'm gonna zoom in. Oh God. I gotta drag. There we go. Machinka furs, advanced models, and fashionable furs are now ready. Summer prize Dover's. Am I actually looking for something here? Am I looking for a clue, or are these just gonna be a bunch of ads? Because I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't feel like reading a bunch of like, you know, just random ads for things. I don't see anything that's really tickling my fancy. I see Raverdot. Is that even a word? Paris, of course. It must be French. There is a show text. Oh, I wonder if this will tell me the The Observer, London, Sunday, May 17, 1914. I'm guessing that's the only thing that's important to me. Oh, there's some. Are there other papers to look at? There's this one. Is this the one that I was just looking at? 1914. What about this guy? Ooh, show text. Maybe I'll... Big flying races at the beginning of a series of very important contests. It may be interesting to compare British and German programs and methods. Next Saturday, the aerial derby will be flown. Last year, out of a field of 11, Gustav Hamel won, covering the 95 miles circuit of outer London at the average speed of 76 miles per hour. Dear God Almighty, that is fast. Oh, there was actually a next button. Was that what I was supposed to click? Oh God, there's more. The joy of good clothes. What a fine feeling it is to know that you are really well dressed, that no matter where your business is likely to take you during the day, you will be attired as well as or better than anyone you meet. I see. Okay, were there nexts on these? I don't, there are, but they're not highlighted, so I don't think they're important. Okay. So apparently this game thought what was important to me was that advertisement for being well dressed, and whoever this character was that's doing the races, Mr. Gustav Hamel. Next Saturday, the aerial derby will be flown. I see. Okay. All right. I'm gonna back out of this. I don't know if I need to know any of that information. Oh, what is? Oh, what is this? Oh, can I open this? Can I open this wallet? These pockets? No, I cannot. Collected Constantine Carolides. Hello, Constantine. Is that you? Is that you, Constantine? Carolides keep strong. A keen ally of Britain, Greek Premier Constantine Carolides lies at the heart of the power politics of the region. Featured in London and hated in Berlin and Vienna, the Foreign Office has long regarded him as the only strong head in a notoriously unpredictable region. Oh, was there a next? I didn't... I'm not used to looking for the next button. I just keep clicking, hoping it'll move me along for me. Tension in the Near East. The Balkan region continues to test the mettle of Europe's great powers. In the latest spat, a number of Serbs were arrested in the border town of Vizgard after what Vienna has described as an espionage plot against Habsburg interests in Bosnia and Herzegovina. I don't know how to say that word. Yesterday, the Tsar declared his unyielding support for Serbia. Albanian uprising. Further unrest is reported from the Principality of Albania, where pro-Ottoman rebels are reported to have surrounded a town close to the seat of Prince William. The rebels' grievance is thought to concern patterns of land ownership in the Principality, where over half of the territory is owned by a group of 50 wealthy families. Okay. So we're getting a lot of, like, is this the same freaking newspaper? It is, isn't it? It is, isn't it? Does it say the same thing? It does. Why is it on here twice? Curious. But this is a lot of our backstory and world building about the world we find ourselves in. Empire celebrations ahoy! Londoners' spirits are undampened by reports of bad weather during this Saturday's Empire Day celebrations. On the contrary, record numbers are expected to turn out for the Hyde Park Parade and similar other events across the Empire. Alloa warns of German menace. Lord Alloa, First Sea Lord of the British Navy. Is that a real title? First Sea Lord. I want to be a Sea Lord. Of the British Navy has again warned of the growing menace of German naval power in the Baltic and North Sea regions. Alloa expressed his concern regarding the ongoing widening of the Kiel Canal and the completion of the new naval base in That is not a place. That is made up. That is not Heligoland in the North Sea. I refuse to believe that is a real place. All right, back me out of here. We did some newspapers, learned about some fake places. The British Empire map of the world. I'm gonna click on the United States. That's the one that I know and love. God bless America. These buttons don't do anything. I can zoom in and out and just kind of look at the map, I guess. Here's Egypt. Look at that. This is the Sahara. I'm gonna go up to like England. See if we this is zoomed in as we can get. But as you can see, here's England, and here's Scotland. They're two different places. They're both colored red. I don't know if England owns all of this at this point. I know Ireland is sort of a point of contention. Is Northern Ireland part of the United Kingdom? Is that how that works? I don't remember. Look, man, I don't hail from these islands. I don't know how any of that works. What are these figures down here? A comparative area of British possessions in different continents. Oh, what a weird thing. Comparative area of British possessions in different... This is Canada, and America is the sliver. Australia, Africa, South Africa, Asia, India. I don't understand how to read that graph, but fair enough. You know what? Fair enough. Growth of British Empire approximate as explore. Oh, I see. They're like trying to figure out how it's grown over the years, I guess. Okay. Look, man. I'm just gonna back out here. Oh, Colonial Club fireplace. We're in a clubhouse. I see. That explains all the murmuring and chattering and clinking and clanging of different... Oh, I can click on the chair, apparently. Oh, this is this thing. I still don't understand why I can look at... There's a pocket here. Can I use you? No. No. Okay. I can't open it, I don't think. I hope I'm not trying to collect things from out of it. Anything else I should be concerning myself with? How about this chess set? This, beverage on the fireplace. No, I think we're done here. I think we're done with the Colonial Club. There are these 3 yellow diamonds here. That might have been the 3 different things I could click on. I think that's what that means. I think we're done here at the Colonial fireplace. We're gonna move on. We're learning more about the universe around us. Kind of. We're half-heartedly learning more about the universe around us. About 6 o'clock I went home. Oh, good for me. Back to my apartment. I'm a very bored man. That's what Hannah says. Hannah says he's the most bored man in all of England. I think we're about to go searching for adventure, perhaps. I mean, not right now. Right now, we're just heading back to our apartment. But maybe adventure is afoot. Anytime now. Soon. Oh, God. We got to do... Oh, my flat was the first floor in a new block behind Langham Place. Okay. Ah, yes, I can enter. I will do that. I didn't see anything else to click on. There was no restaurants or anything of that sort. I wonder if I don't rotate my... No. I was hoping maybe if I just moved my mouse to the right, or maybe to the left. Maybe just back and forth, up and down. Ooh, that works. Up and down seems to trick the game into thinking that I want it to spin. And each flat was quite shut off from the others. Oh, good. You don't want to be associating yourself with the other degradable tenants of the apartment. I don't know, man. I'm trying to be uppity and snooty. Let's examine our mailboxes. And hey, yes, because I'm like the first. Oh, I have mail. I mean, I can kind of read this. Dear Richard, how is London? I do hope Paddock is looking after you well, and that your luck on the horses is lasting out. Now, of course, I could struggle through this, but I'm just gonna click this because it's gonna be a lot easier. Dear Richard, how is London? Oh, it was Richard. I wasn't sure if that said Richard or something else. I do hope Paddock is looking after you well, and that your luck on the horses is lasting out. 10 to 1 it is. Now here's a tale for you. Last month in the Kalahari, I found myself in a tight spot. After 2 days on the plain, I lost my way and could not find the river. I was forced to go without water for 3 days, and 5 without a morsel of food save for a few mopane worms, an excellent source of protein, which steered me away from starvation. This might be a friend of ours that's actually still in Africa right now. Then I ran into an old chief to whom I owed money. Because of my debt, he refused to help me, so I had to continue on my feet. The desert is not kind to any man, but I made it out, and a man in Tanganyika sold me a Rhodesian Ridgeback, which will be my partner in future hunts. I have named the animal Shaka, after the old Zulu chief, and will take him to the Congo with me, where I go for the elephants. I plan to leave next week if I can get my new rifle finished in time. Yours, Peter Pioneer. It's kind of like Pioneer. Got it? Because he's like pioneering The Congos, or whatever, I guess. There you go. I guess I have more mail, too. Oh, that's a Dear Richard. What's this one say? Why does this do the same thing as this? This one's different. This is the backside. Oh, this is I think this is the envelope, but for some reason it won't let me look at the envelope itself. And then these are the 2 pages of letter. What a weird, this is a weird thing. This game thing, if a game I can call it indeed, is a strange one. The controls make 0 sense to me. Ascend. I will ascend these stairs. I will open my door, and I will eat this potato chip. Draw the symbols as they appear. Okay. How do I have to, oh, I have to click and drag maybe? Oh, what the frick? Yes? Yes? I have to click and drag. What is this game? That was the weirdest thing. I didn't even know if my mouse was on screen or not.
Paddock, that's me home. I'll be heading out for dinner.
Who's Paddock anyway? Is he like a butler of ours? Is he like a roommate? Who is Paddock? We haven't seen this Paddock man. I hate servants on the premises, so I had a fellow to look after me who came in by the day. I love it. I hate servants on the premises, so I had a fellow. Like when you say I had a fellow, do you mean you had a friend, or you have a servant, but he just comes in every now and again? What? I had a fellow. A fellow? I am trying. There we go. He arrived before 8 o'clock every morning and used to depart at 7, for I never dined at home. What do you mean used to depart at 7? Does that mean he stays around now? Or do you mean that he's used to departing? I don't understand English life. You turn of the century Brits. What year did we say this was? It's 19 something, early 1900s, right? I think. What year did we say this was? I don't remember. They were on the newspapers. That's why I'm saying that. We knew what time it was. They were in the newspapers earlier, but now I've completely forgotten. That evening I dined at the Cafe Royal, and then headed elsewhere for entertainment. Kind of entertainment. We're gonna go to a bear beating. like in the pre-Shakespearean days, Alhambra. Yeah, all right. An evening's entertainment. Ooh, I Leicester Square musical. Am I making a choice, or can I read both? Leicester Square. On this particular evening, I wandered to Leicester Square, where the more resplendent theatre varieties could be found. A show at the Alhambra caught my eye, though one could never be quite sure of the act until it had been seen. I always feel like there's like more to this, but I guess that's it. Music halls. The countless music halls of London were one way of passing the evening away. Farces of all styles played a conspicuous part in this week's bill. Farces? I don't know what that means. Is it a play of some kind? In the music hall? I mean, I guess you can do more than just music in the music hall, sure. I guess I'm done here. It was a silly show. I did not stay long. We were not going to Camelot. 'Tis a silly place. For someone who's so bored, he can't find anything interesting to keep his mind, like, appeased, active, engaged, if you will. Someone violining over there, someone on the old fiddle. On the way home, I gave half a crown to a beggar because I saw him yawn. He was a fellow sufferer. I saw a beggar who was bored. I am also bored, so I gave him half a crown. I made a vow. I would give the old country another day to fit me into something. The old country must be England. I don't know why he's calling it that. I don't understand that. We're in England, right? I'm not, like, we're like in London. We're from Scotland, we grew up in Africa, and we call England the old country. I don't know, that just must be a thing you do. If nothing happened, I would take the next boat for the Cape. New event, an unlikely visitor. Achievement unlocked, the wrong ditch. I think we did the entire wrong ditch. I don't know if I did everything I'm supposed to, because a lot of nothing happened. And there was a lot of like stuff I could read in the newspapers and stuff, but a lot of nothing. Kind of an unlikely visit. Ooh, a resolve to leave England for the Cape. Hannah's outlook changes as a mysterious visitor drops by. Oh, thank God, mystery. Yes, yes. Bring me the mystery. Oh yes. You've set the scene, and now bring me the mystery, man. Monday, 18th of May, 1914. I knew it was early 1900s. Wimpole Street, London. We are in London. I think he was gonna go back to the Cape. Maybe that's what he means by the old country. He's gonna go give the old country one more day. He was gonna go back to the Cape. Is that what he meant? Don't know. What was this? What was that? 'Twas a light in yonder doorway breaks. When I open my apartment. If there's gonna be someone already in my apartment other than Paddock, I'm gonna lose it.
Can I speak to you?
Hey, neighbor. I recognized him as the occupant of a flat on the top floor, with whom I had passed the time of day on the stairs. I suppose you can come in. He was slim, with a short brown beard and small, gimlety blue eyes. Gimlety? What does that mean? I've never seen that word used in my life. His hand was pawing at my arm. All right, man, back off. I don't know if you're on drugs or what, but don't paw at my arm. I motioned him in. Please don't touch me though. please don't paw at my arm. Oh, do I have to do this thing again? Bloop, blop, bleep, bloop. I hope I don't have to do that like fast at some point, and I'm gonna like panic and like destroy myself. No sooner was he over the threshold than he made a dash for my back room, where I used to smoke and write my letters. Is this man robbing me? Then he bolted back. Sir, what are you doing in my flat? Why are you dashing about? Calm yourself.
Is the door locked?
No, we've only just come through the door. Should I lock it? Are you being chased, man? Should I be worried? I like the particles floating around that lamp. Oh, it's gone. Should I pour you a drink? You like whiskey? Brandy? Maybe a scotch. I don't know what you Brits drink. He filled himself a stiff whiskey and soda. Haha, I was right the first time. And drank it off in 3 gulps. What kind of soda? Was it Coke? I'm trying. I'm trying. Here we go. I was pretty certain that I had to deal with a madman. I sat down in an armchair and lit my pipe. I don't think these went in the... Ah! I'm spinning my mouse! I'm like, you can see the entire thing shaking because I'm shaking my desk trying to... This isn't... there has got to be something not working. Anyway, I was pretty certain I had to deal with a madman and a mouse that I have to fight. Good golly.
I'm very sorry. It's a mighty liberty, but you look like the kind of man who would understand. I've had you in my mind all this week when things got troublesome.
Okay.
Say, will you do me a good turn?
I'll listen to you. That's all I'll promise.
I don't know what that means.
I'm a bit rattled tonight. You see, I happen at this moment to be dead.
What
Excuse
does it
me?
feel like?
What does it feel like? That is not my appropriate response would have been, I'm sorry, you're what? You're dead. You're a zombie. Oh, I'm gonna have to ask you to leave, sir. I don't welcome zombies, vampires, and other undead creatures into my home. A smile flickered over his drawn face.
I'm not mad. Yet.
Also, where are you from? I don't know this
Say,
accent.
sir, I've been watching you, and I reckon you're a cool customer. I reckon, too, you're an honest man and not afraid of playing a bold hand.
Sounds like he's from America.
I'm gonna confide in you. I need help worse than any man ever needed it. I want to know if I can count you in.
Well, I'm gonna have to know what this is about before you can count me in anything, Mr. Deadman. I said Deadman.
Get on with your yarn and I'll tell you.
Yeah, that's appropriate. Get on with it, and then I'll tell you if you can count me in. Oh yeah, go ahead, just start playing movies. The queerest rigmarole. I do like that, rigmarole. Franklin P. Scudder was an American from Kentucky. I told you he sounded like he's from America. After college, being pretty well off, he started out to see the world. I know my own accents in America. I know my own American accents. As an American, I know an American when I hear one. He went through Spain, France, Germany. He's working his way towards Egypt. He wrote a bit and acted as a war correspondent for a Chicago paper. Tensions in the Near East, Balkan affairs test Europe. The Balkan region continues to... He had played about with politics, at first for interest, and then because he couldn't help himself. Then he made a discovery. Oh. He was not heading for Egypt. He's back in Germany. Oh, gasp. I'm waiting for like a werewolf to and then bite him. I'm waiting for something supernatural. What is he sneaking? And he's become a tree. Oh no, he was hiding behind the tree, I guess. Yeah, he's definitely sneaking. Are you breaking into someone's home? Away behind all the governments and the armies, there was a big subterranean movement going on, engineered by some very dangerous people. Was it the mole men? Subterranean. Yeah. Who are these folks? Who are these fellows? The sort of educated anarchists that make revolutions. Oh God. And behind them were financiers who were playing for money. Oh, greedy banker man with his bowler hat. They wanted Russia and Germany at loggerheads. I assume that means fighting each other. Everything would be in the melting pot. The anarchists looked to see a new world emerge, while the capitalists would make fortunes by buying up the wreckage. And Scudder had himself convinced that Jewish men were behind it all. Oh, of course, it was always the Jews. It's not always the Jews. It's like never the Jews. That's just racist.
On the 15th day of June, Constantine Karolides is coming.
Karolides? I'm gonna keep calling them Karolides.
To having international tea parties, and the biggest of them is due on that date. Now, Karolides is reckoned the principal guest, and if my friends have their way, he will never return to his admiring countrymen.
I sat up for that, for I had been reading about Karolides that very afternoon. Yes, I am going to refuse to say his name, Karolides. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to. I don't know why. This is the hill I die on.
Well, that's simple enough anyhow. You can warn him and keep him at home.
And play their game.
Yes.
If he does not come, they win, for he's the only man that can straighten out the tangle. And if his government are warned, he won't come, for he does not know how big the stakes will be on June the 15th.
I was beginning to get interested in the beggar. Beggar? I mean, I guess he's begging for our help. I was gonna say, doesn't he live? He's like one of our neighbors. Not a beggar, he's a neighbor. How quickly he goes from neighbor to dead man to beggar. I don't know if beggar is below or above dead man on this list, but that's the order that we're moving in.
What about the British government? They're not going to let their guests be murdered. Tip them the wink, and they'll take extra precautions.
No good. They might stuff your city with plainclothes detectives and double the police. And Constantine would still be a doomed man.
You don't know that.
An Austrian. And there'll be plenty of evidence to show the connivance of the big folk in Vienna and Berlin.
Okay.
It will all be an infernal lie, of course, but the case will look black enough to the world. But it's not going to come off if there's a certain man alive right here in London on the 15th day of June. And that man is going to be your servant, Franklin P. Scudder.
I don't know, you're making a lot of assumptions that I'm already invested into this, and I don't know if I believe your story. I was getting to like the little chap. Was I? I do. I like the man. His jaw had shut like a rat trap, and there was the fire of battle in his gimlety eyes. I need to look up what gimlety means. I'm probably not saying it right. I've never seen that word in my life.
I completed my evidence.
And I've seen a lot of words.
Paris. I can't tell you the details now, for it's something of a history. But when I was quite sure in my own mind, I judged it my business to disappear. And I reached this city by a mighty queer circuit. Till yesterday, I thought I had muddied my trail some, and was feeling pretty happy. Then...
the recollection seemed to upset him, and he gulped down some more whiskey. Did he add soda this time, or was it straight whiskey? This man's gonna get it right off his rocker, he is.
And then I saw a man standing in the street outside this block. I used to stay close in my room all day and only slip out after dark for an hour or two.
Yeah, that's not suspicious at all.
I watched him for a bit from my window, and I thought I recognized him. He came in and spoke to the porter. When I came back from my walk last night, I found a card in my letterbox.
Yeah, he found you.
It bore the name of the man I want least to meet on God's earth.
And who is that? I think that the look in my companion's eyes, the sheer naked scare on his face, completed my conviction of his honesty. Well, Hannah's convinced.
What did you do next?
I realized I was bottled as sure as a pickled herring.
Gross.
Yeah, there was only one way out. I had to die.
See, you know, about that...
Go to sleep again.
How did you manage it?
See, now I don't know if you mean, like, you died for real and you're like some ghosty man. Or if you mean you faked your death so that people think you're dead and you're like, I'm a dead man, but not literally. Like, do you mean literally? Literally? Also, I see now step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So like earlier when we did like the present, the child, etc., I should have started with the child and gone around that way. So it's like a clock. It's doing the clockwise thing. That makes sense. So I'll start with step 1 and not 5, and I'll go around clockwise and read these in order and maybe know like what's going on. So how Scudder died. Step 1. I told the man who valets me that I was feeling pretty bad and got myself up to look like death. That wasn't difficult, for I'm no slouch at disguises. Oh my god, did he actually write these on like napkins or something? Step 1, convince Porter. Illness requires disguise. Makeup and clay. 2, rip gone? Or gown? Oh, rip gown. Too much. I have run out of clay. Oh my god, alright, sure. This is great. This is amazing. And then I got a corpse. You can always get a body in London if you know where to go for it. I fetched it back in a trunk on the top of a four-wheeler, and I had to be assisted upstairs to my room. Where to find a corpse? Graveyard? Highgate Cemetery? Transport? Stairs! So helpful. Cabby equals carriage. Why did he write this stuff down? Like, this is stuff that you can just think in your head, like, all right, need costume, need body. Like, why? Great, I love it. This is my favorite part so far, are these sheets. I had to pile up evidence for the inquest, so I went to bed and got my man to mix me a sleeping draught, and then I told him to clear out. He wanted to fetch me a doctor, but I swore some and said I couldn't abide leeches. There will be an inquest, need to supply evidence, feign death, sleeping draught, who to administer. Like who's going to administer? Admin sister? I think it's supposed to say administer. There's an S here. Admin sister. Admin sister. Step 4. Okay. When I was left alone, I started to fake up that corpse. He was my size, and I judged he had perished from too much alcohol, so I put some spirits about the place. The jaw was the weak point in the likeness, so I blew it away with the revolver. Jesus! I dare say there will be somebody to swear having heard a shot, but there are no neighbors on my floor, and I guessed I could risk it. His jaw is a problem. My options are limited. A gun? Neighbors, ... will make one loud bang. Not a great deal of choice. Okay, yeah, this is probably a problem. Step 5. I left the body in bed, dressed up in my pajamas, with a revolver. That's just not how we spell pajamas. In my American English, this is pajamas. In my pajamas, with a revolver lying on the bedclothes and a considerable mess around. Then I got into a suit of clothes I had kept waiting for emergencies. I didn't dare shave for fear of leaving tracks, and besides, it wasn't any kind of use my trying to get into the streets. Final checklist: 1. Dress body. 2. Place revolver. 3. Change. 4. Leave no trace. I bet he left a trace. He's gonna get found. This guy's gonna die. Scudder's gonna actually get killed later in the story. I would bet money on it. Ooh, gross. What are we looking at? I don't know what we're looking at. It looks bloody.
I had had you in my mind all day,
Gross.
and there seemed nothing to do but to make an appeal to you. I watched from my window till I saw you come home, and then slipped down the stair to meet you.
He sat blinking like an owl, fluttering with nerves and desperately determined.
There, sir. I guess you know about as much as me of this business.
I don't know if I know much of anything. I try to keep up, but like, yeah, that was a lot of information for me to take in. All right, I gotta do this situation. I'm pouring myself a drink, I guess. There we go. I was now pretty well convinced that he was going straight with me. It was the wildest sort of narrative, but I had heard in my time many steep tales which had turned out to be true. And if he had wanted to get a location in my flat and then cut my throat, he would have pitched a milder yarn.
Hand me your key, and I'll take a look at the corpse. Excuse my caution, but I'm bound to verify a bit if I can.
I reckoned you'd ask for that. But I haven't got it.
But the key?
It's on my chain on the dressing table. I had to leave it behind, for I couldn't leave any clues to breed suspicions. The gentry who are after me are pretty bright-eyed citizens. You'll have to take me on trust for the night, and tomorrow you'll get the proof of the corpse business right enough.
So if the key's in your flat, is the door unlocked? Or did you like climb a window? Like, how did you lock the door behind you? This is my question. Do I just not understand? I need the key to get to your flat to verify the body, but you say that the key to your flat is locked inside your flat. How did you lock the door? Do you have two keys? Because if you have two keys, give me the second key. I don't know. I'm just going to move on. I thought for an instant or two. This doesn't add up to me, but maybe I'm missing something.
Right. I'll trust you for the night. I'll lock you into this room and keep the key. Just one word, Mr. Scudder. I believe you're straight. But if so be you are not, I should warn you that I'm a handy man with a gun.
I haven't the privilege of your name, sir, but let me tell you that you're a true gentleman. Now, I'll thank you to lend me a razor.
He doesn't even know my name. Really? Okay, because we've spent time with him before, just on passing, but, like, he seems to trust me an awful great deal for not even knowing my name. Like, if we had decided to not be so amenable, you know, so willing to do this, like, what would he have done to me? Because I would have ruined his entire plans. If I had said no, was his plan to murder me? See, this is why I don't like Scudder. Like, I don't trust him an ounce. I took him into my bedroom and turned him loose. I don't trust you, Scudder. I don't like you, not one bit. In half an hour's time, a figure came out that I scarcely recognized. The man shaved. He didn't bring a change of clothes. You can recognize him.
My hat, Mr. Scudder.
My hat? Is he wearing my hat? Wait, did he steal clothes from me? A new man. I guess he could have. He's apparently a master of disguise, seeing as he's disguised a corpse to look like him, I guess. Similarities. Only his gimlety, my god, it's that word again, hungry eyes were the same. Differences. He was the very model, even to the brown complexion of some British officer who had had a long spell in India. He was shaved clean, his hair was parted in the middle, and he had cut his eyebrows. Alright, so okay, he looks clean. But for those gimlety eyes, those are different.
Scudder. Captain Theophilus Digby of the 40th Gurkhas. Presently home on leave. I'll thank you to remember that, sir.
Nah, you're Scudder. I made him up a bed in the smoking room and sat my own couch, more cheerful than I had been for the past month. Yeah, 'cause I'm not bored, right? Things did happen occasionally, even in this godforsaken metropolis. New event, deeper into the mess. Achievement unlocks an unlikely visit. Ooh, the mystery. There's several more to go. There's a lot more to go, but however, that's going to have to be all the time that I have for this episode. It was a longer one than usual. I hope you guys like these longer form style of videos. I'm going to try to do more of them. I had experimented in the past with trying to do multiple uploads in a single day, and I'm going to try to do less uploads but longer videos. I'm doing a lot of experimentation, so prepare yourselves for maybe more of this sort of style. But this has been the 39 Steps. If you want me to continue playing this, if you've enjoyed this game and want me to keep playing it, please hit that like button and let me know in the comments down below. Otherwise, I'm going to shelf this for now and move on, and I'm going to try to play a bunch of new games and see what sticks, see what you guys like. If this game interests you and you would like to play it for yourself, there is a link down in the description below. If you buy the game using that link, you will be supporting the channel, and I would appreciate it. If not, no big deal. But if you enjoyed that video, once again, please do all the things. I want to thank you all so much for watching, and until next time, wash your hands.